Welcome back to FM Story. We've finally been promoted from the National League South into the National League. So this episode we'll see how we've tried to strengthen the squad and see how we do in our first season in the National League. So without further ado, let's get going. If you enjoy this video, please like, subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified of new videos. We've got new Journeyman videos every Wednesday and Saturday. We've made it pretty much to the first day of the season. Before we get into the action, obviously we'll just have a look at the business we've done in the transfer window and also just look at where we're expected to finish in the league. So based on the season preview, when the leagues first changed and we first came up, we were down in 21st. We had been slightly higher. I think at one point we were up to 33-1. Now we're at 50-1. We've not been able to do as much business as we probably would have liked. We've had a lot of players in on trial, and a lot of players have then gone elsewhere when we've tried to sign them. So in terms of transfers, all we've done is bring in 4 players, and a lot of it is just for depth in key positions. So we brought in James Blanchfield, slightly older than the players we've had been bringing in previous seasons, just to maybe add a bit of experience in the midfield, because we really were short on central midfielders. Sam Roscoe, again, a bit of experience in defence because a lot of the players we'd signed, the likes of Casey and Nelson, were all just young players fresh out of youth teams. We also signed Billy Fuster as a midfielder, and then also Nico Gordon, who can play anywhere across the back four. So they're the only players we've actually brought in. Looking at the squad, it's not the biggest squad, and we probably are lacking a bit of quality at the top end of the pitch. But hopefully we've got enough to sort of consolidate this season and not really be in any danger of facing relegation. First day of the season, we're away at Barrow. We're only missing one player through injury, and that's Elliot Johnson. He's also suspended anyway, so he wouldn't have been involved. In terms of the new boys that we've signed this summer, there's only 2 starting. So Nico Gordon starting at right back and Billy Fuster starting in the box-to-box midfield role there. And we've got the other 2 on the bench. A change of goalkeeper last season. We sort of persisted with Ovia Jahiri, who threw in a few poor performances. We're going to give Louis Molden a chance to start and see where we go. Obviously, this season it's going to be particularly tough in the National League. We're one of only 4 semi-professional teams, so we're up against it from that point of view. But hopefully, we can give it a good go from the start against Barrow. If we can get off to a decent start, get some points early, then it stands us in a good stead in terms of hopefully staying up comfortably. Long ball by Nelson straight through to the keeper. We've picked up the clearance. Muscat, Chalker, back to Muscat, Chalker, Nico Gordon, and Jaden Smith flicked it in, but it's been given as offside. What? Right, Muscat, can we get the cross in? Nico Gordon, penalty. And up steps Danny Rose. 1-0. And you definitely have to say it was coming. I mean, that goal that was disallowed for offside, that was at least 2 yards onside. Brilliant start to the second half. Doubled the lead in under 2 minutes. Corner from Chalker. Header from Nelson. Keeper flapped at it, but should do better. The defence seems to be having a pretty decent game. And so is the 2 in the midfield. Happy if it just stays nice and quiet. breaking forward in numbers and we're struggling to get back. A great way to start the season. 2-0 victory. We played well. Didn't really look under that much threat. I'll take that. It's a good start to the season. We've made it to the beginning of December. After that first game where we won away at Barrow, everything's gone a bit downhill since then. As you can see, we're currently sitting 19th in the table, although we do have the FA Cup second round coming up away at Exeter. In terms of what happened after that first game of the season, basically we didn't win another game in the league until the end of October. We basically lost everything and drew 4. We've done well in the FA Cup in terms of we've beaten Hendon in the fourth qualifying round. We beat Woking in a replay in the first round, and we've got Exeter coming up in the second round. We did have a good run at the end of August, beginning of November, but then we've had another couple of defeats in the league by Boston and Barnet, who aren't really high flying in the league, if you know what I mean. They're not that far ahead of us, so really they're kind of disappointing, and they're the ones that the board aren't happy about. But in terms of what the board expects from us, we're fighting bravely against relegation. We reached the first round of the FA Cup. We've got the fourth round. We've got the third round of the FA Trophy coming up in December as well. So if we win that, then we'll have matched everything so far that they're looking for. Obviously, the big thing is going to be managing to stay up and not go down. We are changing the formation a bit going into this game against Exeter. We've removed the shadow striker and gone with a sort of a flat 3 in midfield with an advanced playmaker in there and a ball-winning midfielder and a box-to-box midfielder, just to try and see if that can help solidify, especially with the wing-backs pushing on. Hopefully that'll not lead to us being opened up so easily. We're playing Exeter, who are currently just a couple of places outside the playoffs in League 2. So it's obviously going to be a difficult game, especially as it's an away game as well. Right, Johnson with a throw-in, Chalker, back to Nelson, Blanchfield. We could have shot a couple of times there, but good job we didn't. Keeper got nowhere near that cross from Elliot Johnson there. And Rob Street at the back post just to nod home and give us a lead. Keeper got nowhere near that. Right. If we could just pressure them and nick the ball off them, that would be great. They seem to have passed through us here. Cut through far too easily. Ball to the back post. Gets above the fullback. It's been a fairly even half in terms of shots and in terms of XG. I think we just asked them to keep going. No, this isn't a good. We're going to be hanging on here, I think. Oh, can we break? No. We're giving the ball away and they're just going to come straight back at us. And we've got the keeper to thank there. I mean, we could have done better in that game. The first half was very even. The second half was pretty much all them. But it means we get a replay at home. Hopefully we can take advantage of the home advantage and see us through to the third round. Since the first game against Exeter, we've drawn our last 2 games in the league 1-1 and 2-2. We did have a player sent off in that in the first game against Southend, and we drew with Barrow. So we've now drawn 4 games in a row going into the second round replay against Exeter. Hopefully, the home advantage we can take advantage of, and we did well in the first game, although they started to overpower us the more the game went on. So hopefully we'll so what we'll do is we'll keep the same. So what we'll do is we'll keep the same shape and go in with a similar starting lineup as well. We're missing both Aaron Barnes and Elliot Johnson through suspension, so Nico Gordon starting at right back and Joe Muscat starting at left back. King's Choker probably isn't going to he's probably going to play 45 minutes to an hour. He's really struggling for fitness, but hopefully we can get off to a good start at home, take advantage of the home crowd, and put on a bit of a performance, hopefully. And of course, as I've said that we need to put on a performance and take advantage early, we concede after less than 30 seconds. Long ball through. That's completely against the runner play, but we'll take that equaliser. We're looking very dodgy at the back, but just lumped the ball forward. Jaden Smith, great first touch, put it in front of him, and then smashed it past the keeper. Right, Joe Muscat. Oh, Joker breaking through. And we've turned this game around. That's us in front. Lovely ball from Branchfield. And just Chalker just dinks it over the keeper. Lovely interception. Diving into that challenge and then just the space opened up for that pass. 2-2 at half time. Given how the half started, I mean, we have to be happy with that. We need to step it up though in the second half if we're going to have a chance of going through. Thank God for the goalkeeper. Muscat just ran with the ball until someone took it off him, and then they attacked him behind him because he didn't get back. Luckily, he's cleared that off the line though. Our players are absolutely knackered if this goes to extra time, by the way. Absolutely nothing has happened in extra time until that point. And there we go. The FA Cup dream comes to an end for another year. Did well to take it to extra time, but then that goal just on half time and extra time forced us to go forward a bit more, and they picked us off on the counter in the second half.